This review is for Impact Gel. So on Tuesday, May 19th, my order was finally processed by Impact Gel. Now processed only means your credit card was charged, not that they actually shipped it. So it took about 15 days for them just to charge my credit card. It says your merchandise is now being processed by our shipping department. So that is ridiculous, and it actually took about another 5 to 6 days to actually get my Impact Gel. So it took 20 days. Okay, so let's get down to packaging. It was shipped in this vanilla envelope right here. 4 sets of insoles came in this bag. So they gave us 4 Impact Gel insoles, and as you can see, top there's just foam with the Impact Gel logo, and then we have the Impact Gel. This is injected in the foam padding right here, and it's covered with these little plastic strips. And let me show you one thing I noticed about the Impact Gel is, so these are sticky, so they stay on your insole. This is not. But look at up close, you can see there's some Impact Gel, but there's not a whole lot of it. And you know, just like a millimeter of Impact Gel. Maybe a little bit more, but they don't put that much Impact Gel, which is something that I don't really understand. If you wanted to make an Impact Gel product, why wouldn't the whole insole be Impact Gel? I mean, how expensive could this Impact Gel possibly be? And on the info commercial, the Impact Gel, when they do the demonstrations, they use a whole 1 inch to 2 inch or 1.5 inch thick sheet of Impact Gel when they're doing the M&M test, when they ran over the guy's hand. And then on the front, here's another injection of Impact Gel. There's really hardly any Impact Gel. So look how thin it is. The Impact Gel doesn't really go that deep. It's a very, very light coating of Impact Gel. Here are the Impact Gels. I tried to put these full-size Impact Gels into my shoes, and what I discovered is they were way too big. Even though I ordered size 12 and my shoes are size 12, they were too big to fit in my shoes. So I'm going to show you a little measurement of the regular Impact Gel insoles. And what I discovered, I'll show you here. Let's see. So we start at the top, go to the bottom. They're slightly over the 12 inches that they claim to be. And I ordered Impact Gels for size 12. So I really don't know what the deal is there. So I put in my shoes. It took quite a long time, probably like 15 minutes to get them in there. They wanted to bunch up, fold up, because the bottom's sticky. And they, at the same time, they're too big. So I had to actually cut off about 1.5 inches of the insole in order to make them fit. So you might have to do the same. It won't damage it won't change the performance of the insole. It's just a matter of making them fit. This is just foam, so you're not really cutting the part that actually does the absorption, which is the Impact Gel. Alright, and now for the dress shoes. These aren't really dress shoes, but I use the dress shoes insoles in them because the Impact Gel insoles are quite big. They're made for an athletic shoe, a running shoe, a shoe like that. These are a little bit smaller, so the dress shoe insole would work perfectly. So I put them in there. I was on my feet all night. Both these shoes, I was on my feet all night, or in all day actually. I went to a concert with these shoes, and usually these shoes kill me, and my feet were killing it. You know, they did kill me at the end, but not quite as bad. So I could definitely notice these inserts made a difference in the comfort level of these shoes. They're a lot more comfortable, but as far as totally taking away the pain, or totally making them pain-free, that didn't happen. As far as the Impact Gel, I can definitely notice a difference where the Impact Gel cushions are located. So on the top of my feet and the bottom of my feet, I can definitely feel the benefits of this impact gel. The foam really doesn't do much. So if they wanted to make a better product, the whole insole would be impact gel, and I could see that being a huge benefit, instead of these just little tiny injected places on the insole that the impact gel are located. So I've noticed a huge difference in these shoes. They were definitely more comfortable. I noticed the shock absorption, but I think they can make a better product if the whole thing was impact gel. So let's now do some of the tests that they did on the commercial. I'm going to do the M&M test with my impact gel, and I'm also going to do a hammer test. Not a sledgehammer test like they do in the commercial, because that was a whole sheet of impact gel. But I'm going to do a little test, and I'll see if it matches up with the commercial. So what we have here, we have the framing hammer right here. I'm going to do the M&M test. I'm going to do this all on the back insole with the impact gel on it, and see if it works out like it does in the commercial. And the M&Ms don't break, and I feel no pain when I pound my hand with the hammer. So let's see what it looks like and see what happens. Impact gel, M&Ms, impact gel on M&Ms. I'm going to put a cloth to protect the impact gel. And here we go, or the insole. Okay. Alright. And you'll see that the M&M did smash. Not fully, not completely. Let's try that one more time. Alright, so we're going to put a few M&Ms. Actually, I'm going to put two. I'm going to put the impact gel over it. Some protection right here. Here we go. Alright. And what you can see is with these insoles, the M&M completely smashes, and actually does not provide the level of protection that the commercials claim, because, as I said before, this is only a super thin layer of impact gel in the insole. It's not that thick sheet they use in the input commercial. So, obviously, when I do the hand test, it's not going to fare well for my hand, but let's try it. I'm just going to do the hammer and the hand test, because I don't want to run over my hand with a car with this stuff. Maybe the stuff on the commercial, but not this stuff. So, you got my hand under the impact gel, and you got a hammer. Now I'm going to pound my hand with this hammer and see what happens. And that hurts. So it doesn't provide much cushion like the commercial claims. If I hit my hand as hard as they do in the commercial, that would be extremely painful. So I'm going to show you the M&M without the insole. Maybe they do about the same thing. They crush just as easily. So that's a big negative on the actual, what actually it does in person and what the commercial showed, just because this amount of gel is nowhere near or not large enough to provide the amount of protection that one in the infomercial does. So overall, they do provide some level of comfort. These are good for your shoes. I definitely noticed a difference. I would give them an 8 in the comfort level. It's just, I don't know if they perform better than other insoles, just because there isn't enough impact gel to really see the shock absorption that you see on the info commercial. So I would probably rate them an 8. You probably could get the same result with another insole.